Have you ever taken a brand new role with a client, looked at the role and thought to yourself, I've never worked on a position like that before? Well, if that's the case, then this video is definitely for you. Brendan here, aka the Savvy Recruiter. In today's video, we're going to be looking at 3 tools. The first tool is a roadmap tool, which can help you do some initial research, but also gather the various keywords that you should be looking for on the requirement. The second tool is we're going to be using the Boolean Builder to create very quick and easy Boolean strings. And then lastly, we are going to be using a tool called X Highlighter, which was developed by Andrew Bradshaw, which can be downloaded in the Chrome extensions, so that effectively when you're doing a search on LinkedIn Recruiter, you can very quickly identify the various keywords on a profile without having to look too much into the actual profile. So without further ado, we're just going to switch over to our desktop. If you do like the content of this channel, please feel free to like and subscribe. So here are the URLs, or the URL to the first tool, which is this roadmap.sh, and then obviously the name of the third tool, which is X Highlighter. The Boolean Builder is available on some of my other videos. I have put the links in the description there. So roadmap.sh effectively builds mind maps, or sort of decision trees, if you like, in relation to kind of the types of technology skills and that type of thing that you would expect these types of people to have. So let's say, for example, that we have taken a new role with a games development company. We've never worked with a games development company before, or on a role before. What we can do is we can look at something like this, the roadmap here. Now let's say, for example, that the role is heavily focused on Unreal Engine, but also on sort of graphics based. What we're able to do is we're able to use this, so we can look at the game engines here. We can use our AND state or OR statement here. Let's just delete the information that we have here. And what we'll also do is just delete a number of these rows, just to make it very, very easy. Okay, so what we're able to do is we can look at game engine. We can see Unreal Engine here, so Unreal Engine. We know a couple of synonyms already, so we could do something like this. UE5. And what we're able to do is, if we copy this, we get back to our trusted WordPad, we can do something like this. Let's just make this a lot smaller. We are going to take out our ORs. So here is the first part of our Boolean. Now the second thing that we can do here is, let's say, for example, we can add a programming language if we wanted to, but anyone that's working on Unreal Engine will always be working on C# or C++, sorry. But let's say, for example, that we're looking at this computer graphics, and we can see here the various key terms here. So these are kind of the various packages that you'd expect to see, and here's some of the terminology that you'd expect to see. So what we could do very, very quickly is we could begin to build into our sheet. That's a good start. The various different areas. So let's do raster graphics. We could do vector graphics. So you obviously want to read through this if you don't know what this is, but you want to be reading through it not only for the main heading, but what else can I take. So we could do 3D modeling. We could be, is there anything else we could see? And we just want to keep having a look. So that's kind of, let's have a look at this one. So we've got this here. So HLSL stands for High Level Shader Language. So we could use something like this. We could use this OpenGL. Let's hit this GLSL. So graphics library shader language. And what we want to be doing is just pulling all of this information from the page. and we want to keep going. So, and we would do this. And these are all keywords which are directly related to anyone that has computer graphics effectively or is involved with computer graphics. So what we would do from here is we would add these terms here and also all of these terms here, which I'm not going to do too many of, just purely for the sake of the length of the video in itself. Let's add a couple more. Let's do ray tracing. Ooh. Let's do graphics pipeline. Here we go. Okay. Anyway, so here, let's just delete these. So if you delete the rows when you copy and paste this into your WordPad, it will just mean you just need to take the one or out. Okay, so really good example effectively of this. Now what I would do, just to reiterate, is I would be putting this in, I would be putting all of these in, I would be scraping through all of this information and really kind of having a look at it to see if there are any other words, so graphics, visual, is there anything that I can really kind of pull out of this. I would put all of these in, I would put all of these in, all of this information in here. However, if the requirement was more for kind of AI, I would be using this information here, and again I would be putting all of these keywords in. I would be opening up and really kind of scraping this information. What else could a games engine developer who is working with game AI have on their profile as a keyword that I can identify? So this is a really good way to begin to understand effectively the types of things that you should see on a games developer, or whatever this is. So if it's AI or if it's data or if it's UX, and you can even go down as far to break down the actual skills and kind of the programming languages and various different bits and pieces like this. So jumping over into LinkedIn, what we're now going to do is put this together and make these profiles super easy to identify. We're going to focus on just free LinkedIn, just to show you that it can be done. Not everybody has a LinkedIn recruiter license. So what I've done here is I have used this first part of the Boolean string here just to put, obviously, that I'm looking for Unreal Engine or UE4 or UE5. I have, in this instance, just to speed up the process, put the word graphics, and then all we've done is filtered by people. Then when you download the X highlighter tool, what you're able to do, if you set it onto regex, you can put your words in here, you can name it, and you can also save it into a folder. And what this will begin to do is, as you may have noticed, also you've got James here, you've got Aidan, you've got Charles. So we can open up James' profile and we can begin to look through this profile here. And as we begin to look through, we will begin to see if we can identify any of these keywords. So here is Aidan Murray, graphics programmer at XR Games. He's working with HLSL, he's working with DirectX, and he's working with, done this games artist and lighting artist role where he has some activity. But these, the big thing that you want to do here is you want to begin to expand out this information. So look at when you start to see the words, look at this render pipeline, and what we want to be doing is adding this information into here and just having a look. And as you can see, that's immediately done this. Skills in Unreal Engine, Unity, C++. So what we're going to do is we are just going to put this Unreal Engine in just so we can easily identify it. So this is now about identifying nice and quickly and easily. Let's put a C++ in so we can see where this is. Rendering here, and then what we can then do is we can just we can continually sort of save this, you see, so graphics, and then we can just keep going. We'll look through this this second. So if we just open this up, and then if we open here, we can see. So what we want to do is so you need to delete this, and we're going to select this one. So we can now begin to see effectively kind of how we're building out. So this is about having like an active Boolean search going. So Unreal shader expert. So do we have the word shader? No, we don't. Clearly that's to do with graphics. We can put this in. And we want to begin to keep building this out really so that we can see very, very quickly. And then we're going to have a look at this next person, Lily. We'd open this up. We're going to get rid of that one. I'm going to select this. So what we're doing is constantly updating our Boolean, Visual Unreal Engines, and as we begin we can see this here, so this HSL, this Vulkan API, is that something to do with it? If we open up this, have a look at Adrian, so this HLSL, this DX12, so I'd definitely be adding this in terms of that. And what we're effectively doing is we are literally looking to build out really kind of a really nice way to open up and see the types of people we want to see. And the idea is if we then open up LinkedIn Recruiter and we put in this here into our keywords, we then search and we show the filters, and then we do Control-Shift-H to open this up. We then open up this graphics. We can now very quickly begin to see the types of things that we want to see on a profile. So you need to make sure this is set to regex. As you can see this here. And what we're doing is very quickly pulling out information that we want to see. So I hope you found this video useful. In this video we looked at how we can take a job spec that we're not overly familiar with, that we can do some research on and pull out the key components and kind of the architectures that surround those types of roles. We learned how we can build a Boolean extremely effectively, but also how we can use a highlighting tool to really kind of show the detail very, very quickly on a page. If you've got any questions at all, please feel free to reach out and just ask. If you like the content of this video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and happy hunting.